What's going on YouTube? It's your boy kevOzilla back with another video. Now I'm gonna try to not really make this video too long. Now I covered recently in this game pack for Apex Legends about like 2 times, and I've covered it both on the Zen and Strikepack because it's a copy and pasted game pack. All right, the Apex Royale game pack is what I'm talking about. It's a pro game pack, the best game pack to be using, hands down. To me, it beats every other script, any other game pack. All right, for a simple fact that it has a very good weapon AI detection. It has a very good weapon AI mod that it's just easy. You pick up any weapon, you activate it, and it's literally going to turn that weapon that's in your hand to a laser, like literally, and is going to apply it rapid fire if the weapon in your hand is semi-automatic. Okay, again, it's available for both mod pass for Strikepack and Cronus Zen. All right, so right here I got Cronus Zen first, and then I'll be applying all my settings and stuff like that on the Strikepack as well quickly, and then I'm going to go over the in-game settings, match them up, and then hop into the shooting range. Now a lot of you guys are like probably saying right now, leaving a comment saying, oh, you already went over this video, you covered this. Yeah, I know. And I also told you guys that once the whole update was finalized, well, it's not really 100%, but once the update came out for Cronus Zen, allowing 100% now support for the PS5, that we could just easily use the edge controller, DualSense, whatever have you, is now supported for the PS5. I said I'm going to be moving over to the PS5 version. All right, for Apex and COD. I've already done COD. Now I'm remaking the video for Apex, and I feel like, let me just record it for, new and old people. It's like that you guys get yourself situated, you know what to do, get all your settings matched up, and you can follow along easily. All right, I covered this again in the past, and I'm just revisiting it and just reapplying all my settings because your boy moved over to the PS5 version. All right, I'm gonna show you everything step by step, go through important in-game settings that you gotta have, all right, requirements from collective minds, and so on and so forth. All right, so without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead. So first off, all right, on Cronus Zen, you can already see Zen Studios version 1.3.1 beta 46. This is their newest version. Boom, make sure you have it. Here is the settings, all right, that you have to rock for PS5. It's pretty much all default. All right, the only change I made was this right here, open game pack configuration, because I don't like to every time I drag and drop the game pack, I hate to have it automatically open every time. It's annoying. All right, so let's go on to the game pack. So it's right here. It's called Apex Royale. It's a pro game pack. All right, this is in alphabetical order. Just look for A, obviously, and you'll see them right here. I know some people still use the essentials. All right, it's a pretty good game pack as well, but to me, in all honesty, it doesn't beat the Apex Royale. Now I know, let's say an update comes out, right? This game pack could be behind a few updates. Right? Collector Minds tends to take a while when it comes to like updating their game packs, but they will eventually. So if this game pack is missing any new weapons or any new legends, just bear with them, all right? Because they will be bringing out an update. All right, they tend to take a while when it comes to those type of situations when it comes to updating the game packs. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's go into it. All right, I'm gonna go through the whole game pack. All right, set up my settings, follow along, and now I'm gonna do the same thing with the Strikepack. All right, but I'm also going to go through the manual because there's very important information within the manual that you guys have to follow. Okay, let's begin. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. It's in my third slot, clicking that. Now, first off, if you want to get into the game pack manual, so you have to come down here to the bottom left. Within every game pack, you'll see it down here. This little yellow question mark, click that. It's going to open up a PDF file, and you should be able to go through the whole entire manual. My advice to you guys, every time you're getting into a game pack or you're using a pro game pack, whatever have you, please, for the love of God, read the manual, okay? That's the first thing you should be doing. Make sure you got all your settings matched up and read the manual. Know the manual, learn it before continuing on and asking, a bunch of questions to me or anybody else, because I would say maybe 9 times out of 10, your answer is already answered within that manual, all right? Now, all the orange, you already know matching game. So if it says matching game, that's what you got to do. All right, so I'm going to set all my settings. All right, I already did it pre-recording, but I'm going to go through it with you guys again. So all the orange match with your in-game settings. All right, now I got to say this. I'm a noob. Your boy's 100% bot when it comes to Apex Legends. It's not my thing, but let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want me to start bringing some gameplay and actually get my feet wet and get into the game, start playing, yada, yada, so I can start bringing more Apex Legends content. All right, I know I cover COD a lot more. I also be bringing every now and then different games and stuff like that. I play every once in a while. All right, I know sometimes I bring stuff that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I just do it because it's interesting and a lot of people could benefit from whatever have you. You guys already know. But like I said, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want a lot more Apex. I know a lot of you guys do, so I got you, all right? So I'm not going to keep bringing videos like this, going over the game pack settings over and over. I want to actually learn the game and jump into it. Okay, now if you start seeing me, missing certain settings or whatever have you, or again, I'm a bot, so give me time to learn the game and stuff like that. But I know the basics and I know how to set up these game packs. So follow along. All right, you don't gotta copy my same exact settings because, like I said, I'm a bot, so I'm using and setting up everything standard default. Okay, but just follow along with your own in-game settings. So you gotta match all the orange with your own in-game settings. Okay, feature legend. A lot of you guys say that this doesn't matter. Collector says that just to match your correct legend here, whatever legend you are rocking, your go-to, just match it here, set it here. The reason being is because they say that this helps out. This pretty much means that certain mods won't interact with your ability, because they're saying that certain mods will interact and mess up your ability, or your abilities could interact with the mods, something like that. I know a lot of you guys say that, sometimes you find it not to be true, that you guys just leave it as is and you good to go. All right, me, I just leave it on Bloodhound, but I gotta let you guys know what they say. All right, so that's what they recommend. All right, to just match your go-to legend here to avoid, certain abilities interacting with the mods and messing anything up. All right, you want everything to go smoothly, so just match up whatever legend you are running. I'm gonna leave it on Bloodhound, and I'm gonna use Bloodhound in the firing range. Now, all these, all right, Elite Upper, blah, 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 just like on the COD game pack, just like the COD Modern Warfare 22 Pro game pack. All right, this is for the Elite controller, which I don't have, and the Zen back button attachment, which I do own, but it's collecting dust. I don't use it. I'm not a big fan of like 4 paddles and 4 buttons. It's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. All right, but if you have either or, you have the option of like programming each button or each paddle, whatever have you, as mods. So certain buttons you can have set to a specific mod. I'm not gonna go through all this. This is for you. Like I said, I don't have an Elite controller and I don't really use the Zen back button attachment. So go ahead, explore that part. Global mods. You got Block Rumble, Rapid Melee. I'm going to set BR and RM. That's going to enable both of them. Okay, this is always enabled. All right, Block Rumble for those of you who don't like vibration. If you do like vibrations, if you're one of those crazies, then just leave it disabled. Or if you just want Rapid Melee, all right. I shout out to you if you play with Rumble, but I don't. It really, really screws me up. All right, hair triggers, both triggers. This is like having physical trigger stops in your L2 and R2. You'll find them on like scuffs and stuff like that. All right, this just pretty much, it's like digital. All right, this is like a go-to. It's like a must. All right, trust me. Active aim mod. I'm leaving this on aim assist. All right, you also have other mods here like turbo crouch, yada yada. All right, bear in mind that this active aim mod, all of these are going to be active every time you ADS. All right, to me, within this game, the best I would say is aim assist. All right, you're gonna have sticky aim assist when you ADS. Leave this on 15. Okay, no greater, no less. Just leave it on 15. Collector Minds recommends 15. I leave it at 15. All right, you can explore if you wish. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but if you want to explore, you can increase this little by little. Okay, but anything under 15, you might as well just disable the mod. Don't even run anything as active aim mod. Don't run aim assist. All right, just from 15, I would say to like 20 is your best shot, your best bet. All right, let's move on. Oh yeah, and if you keep on increasing it, it doesn't mean it's gonna turn into an aimbot. All right, aimbot, you would never get aimbot with Cronus Zen. All right, I want to make that clear. A lot of people think, oh yeah, no, that's not the case. Okay, active shot mod, you get the same mods that you do while aiming up here. All right, as an active aim mod, you can also have them active when you're shooting. But just like the active aim mod, all right, these are always going to be active when you shoot. Just bear that in mind. Me, I don't like to have anything active or any type of mod while I'm shooting. That's just me, especially aim assist, nothing at all. Right. But if you wish, you can also have, aim assist here as well, yada, yada. All right. Choice is up to you. All right. But me, I just leave it disabled. Anti-recoil mode. You have standard, precision, trigger dynamic, and then old quick edit. All right. The main 3 you can focus on, well, honestly, the main 2 you can focus on and try out are these 2, standard and precision. Standard is pretty much a beam on the wall, right? And when you land your shots and when you're shooting at an enemy, it's going to kick up slightly. You're going to get slight recoil, right? This is way better, and I prefer this even in COD because you're going to get into situations where you're trying to beam people and have long fights from long distance. This is when this wins, right? This comes in clutch for those situations, all right? Now here, precision, when you're landing your shots, you're pretty much not gonna have recoil. If you have like anti-recoil dialed into where you're landing your shots, it's gonna be a beam. But the reason I don't like this, and trust me, I've done trial and error. I've tested both out in COD and even in this, and it's kind of the same thing because the standard precision is exactly the same, right? One is, on the wall, the other one's on the enemy. Now, precision on enemy, I don't like it because when you miss your shots, you're going to suffer, especially from a distance. It's like almost impossible trying to land shots. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It's very hard for them long distance fights and you're trying to beam because you miss shots, you're going to get recoil. All right, the only time you're not going to have recoil is when you're actually landing your shots, and let's be real. None of us is like going to land shots all the time, 100% of the time. You're going to miss. All right, so my advice to you guys, try out standard, but try out the other one too. See which one works, but guarantee you guys are going to say, Kev, you're right. Standard's the best. All right, always on the wall. All right. Weapon swap mode, I'm gonna leave it automatic. You also have manual. All right, the way you weapon swap manual, you press the whole touchpad, press triangle for primary, circle for secondary. On the Strikepack, you can easily just look at the LED light on the controller on PS4 because green is gonna indicate primary, red is gonna indicate secondary. Automatic, pretty much, you just tap triangle and it's going to automatically swap between the weapon profiles, your primary and secondary. All right, now here, the bread and butter of this game pack, weapon selector mode. Make sure this is detect weapon AI. Okay, for all those of you who are new that don't know what this is, I'll show you in game. I explained a little while ago, but I will say it again. Weapon AI is pretty much an automatic weapon detection. For example, you're running around, all right, you're looting, you pick up a gun, all right, you can make it an automatic beam by pressing and holding touchpad and pressing and holding R1 for the Zen, and on Strikepack, it's R2. It's a bit different. I know in my last video that I did a while back, all right, people was getting confused because I said that it was R2 in the Zen, and I know a lot of people got confused. I came out with an update and I corrected myself, and now I'm going to make sure I go through it correctly here in today's video. It's like that you guys don't get confused, all right? So there's a big difference when it comes to the Strikepack and the Zen, all right? When it comes to weapon AI, all right? But it's the same thing. It detects the same, and the whole entire game pack is pretty much copy and pasted, all right? I'll go through both later on in this video, all right? But leave this on detect weapon AI, and that's about it. The rest of these loadouts, right? You could leave them as is, or you could set them up if you already know your values and all that. You could set up each a primary, secondary. If you got your values already for like just the base weapons, plain weapons, or if you have values with them that have the optics on them, because yes, attachments do matter when it comes to recoil. Right? Just because you enable weapon AI and you have a beam doesn't mean that it's still going to be a beam when you throw on, you know, ×2, ×3, whatever have you. Once you start to throw on an optic and you zoom in, the field of view changes, then your recoil is going to be thrown off. But that's when the quick edit comes in handy. All right, that's when the anti-recoil quick edit comes in handy, and you can adjust to make up for it. All right, and then you save that value or whatever value it is, and then you can set it up here. You can have, you know, 2 different loadouts with the same primary. All right, let's say the R301. All right, you can have 2 different setups for it, 2 different values. One as a plain weapon profile for it, 00, and then the other one you can have values for it in case you pick up, you know, an optic, all that. I'll explain that and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in game. All right, but this is the setup I'm going in with. Again, you don't agree to disagree, but set up your settings, your in-game settings. All right, copy and paste, take a picture of it, whatever have you. Make sure you got everything matched up here. Okay, close, and then click the play button right here to save everything. Now I'm gonna swap everything over to the Strikepack. All right, guys, now I'm on Mod Central right here. Mod Pass. Let's jump into the game pack right here. My third slot, Apex Royale version 1.6.1. Pretty much same as that copy and paste the game pack that's on the Zen. I'm going to just go through this quite quickly because I already did it on the Zen, which you guys is pretty much the same exact thing. Okay, default for same exact thing. All right, active feature legend. I explained this is the same thing what I explained before. Okay, but here in the Strikepack, you're able to have like multiple. You're able to have 4. All right, I don't know. I don't think they have the same thing in the Zen, or I don't know why they haven't added this on the Zen, but you could just look on the screen on the Zen and it just makes things a lot easier. You're able to just switch. You go into the game pack settings, which I'll show you, and you can always change your feature legend like that. All right. But here you can have 4 different ones, all right, assigned. All right. Like I said, same rules apply. Same thing I explained on the Zen. All right. Some people just leave it as is. Some people don't even worry about matching, but I got to let you guys know what they say. All right. Match it. It's like that. Certain mods don't interfere with their abilities and blah, blah, blah. All right. Now let's continue on. Strikepack, all right, you're going to have this always, almost in all of the game packs, all right, in Mod Pass, all right? You're going to have paddle mods. I use the Dominator, not the Eliminator. Dominator has the 2 paddles. I don't like 4 buttons or 4 paddles like I said, all right? But I normally like to keep my paddles as turbo matte button. This is a mod that pretty much puts turbo on the paddles. So for example, I like to have my right paddle map to X, my left map to circle, and when I hold down on those paddles, I hold down the right paddle as X, it's going to spam X. And then vice versa on the left paddle. It's going to spam circle if I hold it down, pretty much. All right, but here you have pretty much a bunch of mods to choose from. All right, I'm not going to go too in details, too in depth within this game pack. This is just pretty much to get you guys going, to explain the, the ins and outs, the start. The rest is up to you guys to go ahead and just dive in and explore. All right, I highly recommend, like I said, you guys read the manual, which I'm about to go through right now with you guys. All right, you have a bunch of mods here, paddle mods, yada yada. Okay, let's move on. All right, global mods, same thing. Block, rumble, rapid melee, I want them both. Hair triggers, I explained that. Same thing with active aim mod. Leave the intensity on 15. Nothing has active shot mod. Standard default quick edit, anti-recoil. All right, weapon swap, automatic. Okay, and then here are the weapon profiles, right? All right, this is set already because I was like testing everything out and exploring everything. All right, but I'm going to be going everything over with you guys here in a second. So don't you worry. All right, let's just set everything up like this. All right, boom, boom. These are the weapon profiles, all right? You have 4 of them. But like I said, just leave them all like this because we're going to be using weapon AI. Weapon AI is going to detect our weapons for us. Okay, but again, if you already know your values, your anti-recoil values, your vertical and horizontal for that specific weapon profile, for example, loadout 1, primary weapon, right here, they got the list of all the weapons, all right, in the game. All right, they even have generic. Generic just means plain, so like plain rapid fire adjustable, all right, steady fire adjustable. This is what the ADJ stands for, just adjustable, that meaning that you could adjust it and stuff like that. All right, I don't use any of these. All right, if you want, you could just use generic regular fire or rapid fire. All right, and you can still adjust even using these two, but they have web profiles already, so you don't even got to use any of that. You can just set the certain web profile here that you are using and you're good to go. Then you would just set the values here. But like I said, I'm leaving everything as is, right? Because I'm focusing on weapon AI. And I want to explain to you guys exactly what weapon AI is in game and show you how you go about enabling and setting everything up. Now, before I go over and swap to the manual of this game pack, I want to show you guys, because many of you had asked me this before, where is weapon AI here? It's already built into the game pack, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's why it's not here. Okay, it's automatically on. All you got to do is press and hold touchpad and press and hold R2. All right, but as you can see, it is not here. Just bear that in mind. Let's go ahead and open up the game pack manual. Now, I showed you guys where to go for the manual on the Zen. For the Strikepack, it's going to be right here. Simple. Up here, open Apex Royale online manual. You click that. It's going to bring you to the game pack manual websites, all right, for all the game packs. If you see on the left, you got the complete, all right, all the complete manuals for all the game packs available, right? We're looking for Apex Royale. You see it right here. Boom, you click it. And then right here, you have the table of contents, all right? What we're looking for is this game pack setup. All right, let's click this. This is very important. I'm gonna stress this right now. Very, very important. Okay, I'm stressing to you guys because I want you guys to remember this and do this. All right, no other content creators showing you guys this. I am explaining this to you because it's very important. All right, within all these game packs, these pro game packs, read the manuals. Okay, please read them. All vibration settings must be always on. You see this? Including any in-game or console vibration, see in your Rumble settings, right? So vibration has to be on, right? Standard on in your console as well as in the game, right? I'm gonna go through all the in-game settings with you guys and all that, right? So it's a must. Pretty much any game pack you use, they all go based off the vibrations of the controller, so it has to be on, right? But there's always ways within the game pack that you could just disable that. I showed you guys, for example, in the global mod section, block rumble, okay? Known in-game setting requirements, all right? And I'm gonna set this all up with you guys. Vibration on, I just explained this right here. ADS sensitivity 7 or lower. 1 to 10 times optic sights. Set same ADS sensitivity value. Okay, so for example, all right, your sensitivity right here. So I play 4, so I'm going to set 4 for everything. I'm gonna show you in-game, in the settings, right? Response curve, classic. Weapon auto cycle on empty, off. And trigger dead zones, default. Okay. All right, guys. So here we are in the settings menu of Apex Legends. All right. We're going to go over to the controller tab and scroll down. And first thing is first, you want to make sure you have vibration on. Okay. Vibration has to be on. Next up, we're going to go down to the bottom, advanced look controls, and make sure custom look controls is off. Next up, scroll back up because we are going to interact/reload button. Make sure it's on tap to use and reload. This is what I use. Avoid using this. Tap to use /hold to reload. this does not work. And I'm pretty sure you can also use hold to use / tap to reload. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so, because this also enables a tap to reload. But I always been using this tap to use and reload. Next up, scroll down to look dead zone. You see it right here, has to be on small. Your look dead zone has to be on small. Next up, right under look sensitivity ADS, we're going to go into per optic settings. Okay, make sure this is set to on. You want this to be all matched up, all right? Again, anything under 7, I play 4. Okay, so you just want to make sure everything is even. Whatever your look sensitivity is, has to be all even and matched up. Next up, your response curve has to be classic. Your response curve has to be on classic. Next up, we're pressing L1 to go over to gameplay and go to weapon auto cycle on empty, off. This has to be set to off. Your weapon auto cycle on empty has to be set to off. And finally, last but not least, we're pressing R1 to go back over to controller, come to L2 / R2 button dead zones, and make sure it's set to default. It has to be set to default. Now, before I hop into a game of firing range, I just want to make this clear. Again, these are my settings. You don't have to play at a 4-4, okay? Just make sure you match up whatever your sensitivity is. I just like to play a 4. I feel comfortable when I ADS and shooting this game at a 4, okay? But just bear in mind your per optic settings. This has to be on, and you must match all this up. Set same ADS sensitivity value. All right, guys, so here we are on Apex Legends. All right, I'm on the PS5 version of the game to be exact. You can see the Cronus Zen right there on the right side. Let's go through some basic navigation with the game pack on Cronus Zen. All right, so first things first, press and hold touchpad, press and hold options, and then you can navigate through the game pack using R1 and L1. All right, go forward to R1, go back with L1, and then if you need to change something in that setting, use the D-pad, up, down, left, right. All right, the directional buttons to navigate. All right, now let's go back. Now, if you want to, let's say, select the weapon the long way, all right, without using weapon AI. Well, this is still quote unquote using weapon AI, but this is like the long way of setting up a certain weapon. All right, you can set up all your loadouts, all your weapon profiles like this. You press the touchpad, press R2, all right, and then here you have generic, which generic is just like I showed you guys, rapid fire, regular fire, all right. Then you have assault rifles, submachine guns, all right. So whatever weapon you have in your hand, you can just press X quickly, set up that weapon. For example, you want the flatline, boom, there you go. All right, and then you start shooting, and you should be good to go with the recoil. All right, granted, they saying you don't have like attachments on, like no optics and stuff like that, right? But that's the long way. All right, I want to show you guys how to automatically just enable weapon AI and all that jazz. All right, now since I'm automatic, while I press triangle, you can see it is swapping between the weapon profiles, your primary and secondary. All right, and if you press the old touchpad, press L2, this is how you swap between your loadouts. All right, you could have all 4 loadouts set up here, and that's how you quickly swap between them. If you're a manual weapon swap, like I prefer, I personally press the old touchpad, press triangle for primary, circle for secondary. You can also do that in case you mess up. Say the Zen thinks you're on your primary, but in your hand, in game, you're holding your secondary. That's how you could go about just resetting it. Press the old touchpad, triangle for primary, circle for secondary. All right. If you want to disable the weapon profiles, just press X. That's going to just disable the weapon profiles, meaning you're going to have recoil, but all your other mods are going to be active. But if you wish to just completely disable the game pack entirely, just press and hold touchpad and press square. And you see it says disabled, and then that's going to disable everything, the mods and the recoil. All right, bear that in mind. If you ever want to go back, touchpad and triangle, or touchpad and circle, right? There you go. All right, now let's move on to the bread and butter, which is weapon AI. And like I just said, while holding touchpad, or I believe this is view on Xbox, every time a mod has to do a touchpad, all right, the equivalent is going to be, I believe that's view. Don't quote me, but I believe that's called the view button on Xbox. All right, I might be right, I might be wrong. Your boy don't play on Xbox, never did. I don't know if I ever will. All right, but pretty sure that's view. Tap triangle or Y for primary, circle B for secondary, X or A disables fire mods and anti-recoil. See that? Pretty much it disables the weapon profiles, right? And then square or X on Xbox disables all mods. See that? Pretty much disables the game pack. Well, that's how I call it. That's how I like to say it. All right? See? Let's say I come over here. Let's pick up 2 random weapons. I already picked up the R99, all right, my primary. Now let's pick up the R301. All right, so as you can see, I have an AR and an SMG. Okay, you can see that. Boom. I know the flat line is still there. The flat line is going to stay there until I set up, you know, and I enable weapon AI. But let's go back to this. Boom, the R99. I'm gonna press the old touchpad, press triangle. All right, this is going to be my primary, and then this is going to be my secondary. Now, without any attachments, all right, on the weapon, let's enable weapon AI. You press and hold touchpad and press and hold R1. Okay, but look what happened. Okay, if you get that message, that just means that you don't have enough ammo. Okay, you have to make sure before enabling weapon AI that you have enough ammo. That's first and foremost. Make sure you have enough ammo because it has to shoot and then reload. That's the animation. Okay, it has to shoot and then reload. Wait, let me go back to right there. Loadout 1 primary weapon. It has to shoot and reload, or else it's going to screw up. And you also want to make sure you're away from any type of vibrations. All right, so if you're in game, get away, go into a quiet area real quick, and enable weapon AI. The way you go about, all right, you press and hold touchpad again, and you press and hold R1. All right, keep them both pressed in until the whole sequence is over. Shoot, reload. And you see what happened? Look on the Zen. It now says R99. Okay, because it just now recognized that I have this weapon in my hand. It's pretty dope, right? Pretty cool stuff. Now, I'm empty out a magazine on the wall, okay? Just to show you guys what happened. All right, get your thumbs off of analog sticks, all right? Without controlling anything, don't try to adjust the recoil while you shoot. Just get your thumbs off of both sticks, okay? Just ADS and shoot. Check this out. You see that? Look what happened. It made it a complete laser. Look at that. It doesn't even move. See that? They automatically set the weapon there and you're good to go. But like I said, attachments matter. So let me show you. For example, if you grab this right here and attach 2 times, all right? Without zooming in, it's still going to be a beam. See that? But once you zoom in and the field of view changes, all right, to 2 times, check out what happens. It goes up. See that? The recoil goes up. Okay, but if you go back, you get no recoil, right? That's because you get recoil because the field of view changes, and you know those optics tend to do that. They tend to throw off the recoil, all right? But you're gonna have to adjust. That's what quick edit comes in, all right? The way you quickly edit and adjust the recoil, all right? Since it's shot up, okay, see that? Let's zoom in again. Since it goes up, we're gonna bring it down. So press the old touchpad, press the old R3, all right? Don't worry about the settings and stuff changing. You're going down with the D-pad, all right? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to a 10, all right? You can completely adjust up, down, left, right, all right, with the directional buttons. Now let's press R3 to save. You're gonna get a hard vibrate. And now if you test again, make sure you zoomed in. All right, see it's a lot better. Let's adjust some more. Let's bring it down to a 15. That might be a little too much, but let's see what happened. All right, make sure we zoomed in. There we go. It's a complete laser now. You see that? So the value for this weapon with this optic zoomed in is going to be a 15 vertical. So now let's say you could set up a different web profile, all right, with the R99, set up the value vertical 15, and you could leave that web profile there. All right, so like that, let's say you're out and about, you pick up this weapon and then you put this attachment on, you can easily just swap to that weapon profile or that loadout by pressing and holding touchpad and then pressing L2. You see that? And that's how you swap to it. All right, so you could just easily swap to it and then see, it will always be a beam for you. So you can go ahead, you know, mess around, get all your values for different setups with optics and all that. So you have 4 of them. You know, you can have like 2 set for without optics and then another 2 set with optics. I mean, it's endless. It's up to you. It's up to you how you go about setting everything up. All right, but that's how I would do it, since certain optics will change, all right, the recoil of your weapon. Now let's swap to my secondary and let's enable weapon AI for the R301. All right, touchpad R1. Boom. Check that out. See? There we go. All right, now let's shoot at the wall. See that? A beam. Complete beam. Thumbs off analog sticks. See that? But of course, that's without any attachments. So same rules apply. Let's go here. Let's throw on the 2 times, the 2 to 4. Now, all right, both of them, all right, like this and like this is going to have recoil, okay? Because it's different than not having this optic, okay? The field of view is different. So for example, you see that? Now you have recoil. And then if you zoom in, it's going to be even worse. See that? But again, same thing we did for the R99. We can adjust. So let's adjust for the R301. Let's adjust zoomed in like this for the 4 times. All right, let's see. All right, it's going crazy. It goes up and like crazy. All right, so touchpad, R3, press them both in, hold them until you get a vibrate. Now let's go down, let's say 15, and let's Let's leave it at that. Let's see if a 15 did it. Let's see what happens. Nope. Let's go a bit more. Let's go maybe a 25. Let's see if a 25. All right, let's see. Yep, just about, but it went down a little too much. So let's go 23. 23 should be perfect. Let's see. Yep, there you have it. All right, but you see how it sways? It goes left, right, up. When it's shooting left and right constantly like that, don't worry about it. All right, there's not really you could do about it, because once you start to really adjust horizontally, it's going to be even worse. So my advice to you guys, for the most part, leave horizontal at 0. All right, but if you must, you can adjust it. All right, but my advice, like I said, just leave the horizontal at 0. Only adjust vertical. All right. See that? For the most part, it is a beam. Now, on the Strikepack side of things, is kind of sort of similar. All right, the mods and everything is the same exact way, but it is a bit different. The way you activate weapon AI, like I explained, and also the way you go about swapping loadouts is different, because obviously the Zen we have the screen, the Strikepack we don't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. All right, I got the Strikepack all set up and good to go. In case you're wondering, how is he using a PS4 controller Strikepack on PS5 with the PS5 version of the game, be sure to check out my Zen updated beta setup. All right, it's still in beta, all right, but it's a new firmware that allows complete support, all right, for the Zen on PS5 for the PS5 version of the games. As you can see, I'm using a crossover controller, my DualSense Edge controller. All right, you got to use a crossover, all right, if you're using the Strikepack. All right, but check out that video. I show step by step how to set everything up, including some gameplay. All right, but let's go ahead and let's get into the game pack. So you guys already know, press and hold the small left black button back of Strikepack, press the right paddle, keep going to your game pack, and then you can let go of that black button. Now, in case you don't know what happens when you let it go, don't be worried that, oh, you know, the first blue light lights up. That's your loadout 1 first primary weapon. All right, green on the controller indicates primary weapon. All right, automatic weapon swap, red indicates secondary. All right, and then same thing, just like on the Zen, press the old touchpad. All right, and you could manually swap between the two, triangle, circle, and the same thing. All right, with X disables the profiles, and then square disables the game pack. All right, and then if you want to swap between loadouts, pay attention to the top of the Strikepack. All right, the blue lights. Press the old touchpad, and when you press L2, as you can see, all right, not the second light on the left side lights up, but it skips it and it goes to the third. Then we press it again, it goes to the first blue light on the right side. And then last but not least, the second to last light, indicating your primary weapon for your 4th loadout. All right, it always skips a light because the second light of each loadout is your secondary weapon. So if I press triangle, as you can see, the second light is lit up blue. You see that? And then when I press triangle again, it goes back. All right, so hope you guys understand that. That's how you go about swapping between loadouts. That's the only difference with the loadouts compared to on the Zen. All right, on the Zen, everything is done with the screen. You can just look at the screen on the Zen and you can see clearly what you're doing. Strikepack, unfortunately, you guys already know, you got to unplug it and plug it into your PC to always see, like, you know, your values and your settings and all that. So you got to always remember what you press and what you put. All right, now let's get into weapon AI, because everything else is exactly the same, right, within this game pack, the mods and everything. Right, everything I showed you guys with the Zen. But let's get into the weapon AI. Primary right here, the R99, as you can see. Okay, let's press and hold touchpad, and let's press and hold R2 this time. All right, Strikepack is touchpad and R2. The Zen is touchpad and R1. Let's go. Press and hold touchpad, press and hold R2. Nope. That's gonna happen sometimes, especially if you're slow. So try to do it quickly. Okay, so press and hold touchpad, press and hold R2. Check it out. There we go. And we're done. All right, on the Strikepack, for some reason, it shoots, reloads, shoots. That's how it always been. All right, when it comes to the Strikepack, for weapon AI. I guess on the Zen, it's a bit different. You don't get that extra shoot. But regardless of what, always test to make sure and double check, make sure weapon AI did detect it. So I'm on my first weapon profile. All right, the primary. All right, for loadout 1, indicated by green. Okay, now if you're ADS, we'll go to this wall right here. And get some, all right, right here. Thumbs off analog sticks and test the recoil. Check this out. See that? Boom. Complete laser. All right, done. Complete laser. All right, now automatic weapon swap, pressing triangle. Now the Strikepack understands that I'm on my secondary. All right, well, it thinks I'm on my secondary. Boom. Now let's activate weapon AI again for this. Touchpad and R2. Remember, it's touchpad and R2 for the Strikepack, touchpad and R1 for the Zen. All right, now if we EDS and shoot, thumbs off of analog sticks, check this out. See that? Still gonna get the weapon sway left and right. All right, but see that? Still a beam. All right, still a beam. Move over here. All right, but again, bear in mind, same rules apply with the attachments that I just finished showing you guys. All right, Strikepack is a bit different. All right, you can still adjust touchpad. All right, and R3, press them both in, control vibrating up, down, left, right, and then when you're done, press and hold R3 again, and then test the recoil. But again, you're not gonna know what values you're at until you connect your Strikepack back into the PC. All right, but it's the same exact thing, same method, same game pack, same mods, same everything. Those are the only two differences pretty much. All right, are the weapon AI, all right, is different, and the way you go about swapping between your loadouts. And obviously the paddle mods, right? Because you get paddles with the Strikepack. So you can have pretty much, like I showed you guys, certain mods set up to your paddles. But me, I personally recommend, well, I prefer like this, right? And then holding the left, obviously, is spamming circle. I bet you that looks crazy, right? The enemy's looking at me and it looks crazy, just spamming circle very, very fast. If you guys want more Apex videos or breakdowns of like certain mods or setups or all that, feel free. Let me know in the comment section down below. I know there's a lot more to this game pack, but a lot of it is like, I know a lot of people don't really mess with certain mods and stuff like that. Only the go-to. So I only wanted to explain weapon AI pretty much and how to swap between loadouts. Just to pretty much bread and butter, the basics. All right. Everything else will come later. As always, take care, everyone. Till next time.